Hello.
So is it always KK to everybody, or is it Kekoura? What's the norm?
So for the most part, it's Kekoura, but like I try to make it as easy as possible. So I just kind of have people just call me KK because like some people don't really know how to pronounce my name for real. So I mean, it doesn't really matter. KK, Kekoura doesn't. I'm fine with whatever.
So start with, Rich just talked about it a little bit. When he came back, you had already left him. When you heard he was coming back, your reaction, you just broke up with the girlfriend and now you're coming back together. What was that like? I mean, you stayed, so.
I mean, it was a blessing in a way because just having my old coach back and having a coach that also understands me in a way, and just being a part of his program, seeing how he pushes the player, how he pushes me when I first got there. So for me, it was a little bit of excitement, and also kind of like a what's it called unfinished business to do, but that was pretty much it.
When you went to West Virginia, was it to want to play Power 4 football? Was that what it was?
Oh yeah, yes sir, yes sir.
Was it to get away from?
Oh
Rich?
nah. He had nothing to really to like what's gonna do with it. To me, my opinion, probably the best coach I've played for because just seeing how much he get out of his player, like just how much he pushes you day in and day out, not just on the football field, but just be a better person off the field.
And then when you found out, when you first heard Coach Rod's coming back, what was going through your mind?
So what was going through my mind because last year was supposed to be my last year if you guys don't know that, but just kind of having the opportunity and be blessed to get another year back. The first thing I did was call him and trying to see what's it called. I called him and me and him at Tar and I was like, hey coach, I'm trying to come back and play for you and this is that, and then he was like, come on, let's do it. But that was pretty much it.
What's the biggest thing on your name a little bit? Where does Kekoura come from?
So for people who don't know, I was born in Monrovia, Liberia. So it's a country in Africa. And growing up there, I was there until I was 12 years old, about to be 13. And that's basically where my name came from. Just it's an African name in a way.
For some of the WVU fans familiar with like last year's defense, what's going to be the biggest difference this year from last year on what they're going to see put out on the field?
The biggest difference is just guys who want them more, and it's more of a us thing instead of a mean thing. You know what I mean? And just having guys who are hungry to make plays, having guys who are hungry to play for each other, and also for the coaching staff, and just having the opportunity to go out there and impose our will in in a way, and having like 11 guys run to the ball. It doesn't matter where the ball's at. You're gonna see us running to the ball, and just having the opportunity to be violent and be physical.
Okay, we got a chance to hear from Coach Franklin yesterday. What have you kind of learned from him so far? What are your early impressions playing under him?
My early impressions, he's an old school coach. You know what I mean? He's a guy who wants you to work hard. He's a guy who wants you to come down and be super physical and all that. So right now we all still in the midst of getting to know each other and also still in the midst of getting to understand each other.
Is he pretty vocal?
Yeah, he is. In the meeting room, he tried his best to get us to understand the details part of the playbook, and on the field because he's a guy who wants you to take what you learn in the meeting room on the field, and once you don't do that, he's super vocal about it because it's something that he goes over and he takes his time on going over.
How exciting is this scheme for you as a safety?
It's a blessing. Play in the 2 years ago, play corner and safety in the two years ago. So it's pretty exciting being able to know what the corner got going on, also knowing what the safety got going on. It's kind of being like a football junkie or a playbook junkie, and just kind of having my head in the playbook, and knowing how everything work around me.
You said are you the only guy who's ever played for Alley before?
Oh no. We got a couple of guys who play for him, and a couple of guys who understand the playbook, and also we have a lot of guys who kind of help me in a way that if I don't know something, I can kind of go to them and also ask them questions.
Sure. People come to you like, hey, Brooks is due, or what's the alignment? Or
I mean that's pretty typical, especially kind of being over here in a way. And I mean if you don't went to any program, it's basically gonna be the same thing.
You talked about getting that extra year. Was that something you always wanted to do if it was a possibility, or did it kind of just come together?
It's a little weird feeling because after my last season, like the last home game, I didn't feel like I was done, right? I don't know if that's the right way to say, but just getting that phone call, because I had other coaches calling me and like, hey, look, I seen this about this and that, and I didn't pay no mind. All I did was just kind of pray about it. And once I got that final phone call, I'm like, hey, look on Twitter, this and that, and I'm like, oh, I'm excited about it. And then the first thing I did was call Coach Rock.
For a fan that watched the secondary struggle last year, what will they see this year that's different from this group? You're one of the few guys that's back from that last year. How is it going to look different to them?
So the biggest thing is it started with the defensive coordinator, right? He put us in the spot to succeed. He allowed us to understand the situation we're in, and also just kind of going over details, information throughout the whole week, what we expect to see and what we are going to see. And the biggest difference is, I say, we just have a lot of guys who bought in, and I'm not saying the other guys didn't, but I'm just saying now we have it's like a one unit, right? We all understand, we all communicate. It's not like I'm just showing up on the field to do my job. I'm also showing the field to help him out, to also he gonna help me out in the way.
Technique-wise, in the back secondary, the way you guys play, the way you cover, the way you play the ball, is that different? Is that similar? Is that?
I mean, like Coach said, we're gonna be aggressive, and that's basically how it's gonna be. And last year, I'm not gonna say we wasn't, but this year it's gonna be something that I'm excited to see. I'm excited for the fans to also see them. I'm excited for the coaching staff to see.
And with the eyes, are the eyes the same? The things that you're looking for, the angles, all the things that.
I mean, football is football. It doesn't
Okay.
it doesn't really matter like how you put it. It's just all about the scheme and what's called things of that nature and how your coach is coaching. But I mean, ain't really nothing changes on your eyes, because if my eyes to be on number 2, my eyes gonna be on number 2, regardless of what defense I'm in, right? So it's all about that player being disciplined, and also listen to his coach.
Going back to your extra year, once you get the phone call, you find out you're good. It's not that easy. Guys have been hung up, right? Did you have to fill out a waiver and wait for all that? Like, how did that go once you heard about the ruling?
So for me, it was one of the things that I'm home, because I was back home for the break. I'm from Minnesota right now. I'm back home from the break. Working out, trying to see what's next. Talking to agents and what's things of that nature. So when I got that phone call, it was like, it's just real, right? And I'm trying to do my research. I'm on Twitter, left and right, like really trying to see what's going on. And once I finally realized, oh, this is the truth, and I also got a call from the coaching staff, and I think I might have called Raquel and things and stuff like that. So when she also told me that, it was just like, oh, now I didn't know how to feel, because like, oh, I got the opportunity to also relive my dreams again, also play for a coach that also gave me the opportunity to leave JUCO and play for him.
A little bit of paperwork after that, I'm guessing.
Not really. It was. I ain't had to do no paperwork. I don't think I did. It was just you got your year back, and I called compliance to make sure it was true, and they told me what it was. I didn't have to sign no paper or do anything like that.
And then you said football's football. Can you school us on Minnesota junior college football?
Okay,
I've
so
met a lot of guys like that.
So Minnesota Junior College is something that a lot of people don't pay attention attention to. They don't get a lot of eyes, especially especially where I'm from. Just so playing there is something that you have to be 10 steps ahead of everybody, and that's one thing I kind of look at in a way. I take pride in my craft. I take pride in watching film. I take pride in knowing what the offense is going to do, right? So when I was there, my biggest thing was to know everything that's going on with the offense, and I spend more time in the film room than I did in the classroom. And not to say I was a bad student at the end of the day, I ended up having a great GPA, graduated, and all that.
So give us a little bit more of your backstory in terms of your family immigrating from Liberia. What brought them to the U.S., and then the decision to ultimately play football. A lot of kids in their 13, 14, it's a little late to pick it up.
Yeah.
So get us there. How'd you get to America? How'd you get to football?
So for me, so back in Africa, we used to watch football, and I've said it before, but everybody when I was watching football in Liberia, people thought that to play football you got to be this big old dude, you got to be a giant, this and that. But that's kind of how they looked at it, right? But once I came here, and the reason why my family I came here was to get a better opportunity, not just for themselves, also for for me. And I came here, like I said, at age 12, going to 13. I didn't start playing football until I was a sophomore in high school. I played receiver at first, didn't end up going well. Left receiver, went to safety at first, and it wasn't my cup of tea. I feel like playing safety, especially in high school, it wasn't coached the right way. So I just felt like it was a little bit boring. So I left from safety and went ahead and switched to cornerback, and that's where I found joy in the game, just being able to dictate on what to do across from me is doing. So that's kind of how I started playing football. That's kind of how I also picked the game up. And also my family was a huge Minnesota Vikings fan, and at the time it was just something that I fell in love with. It's something that I was super into, and that's just kind of how I got a hold of the game.
Learned about Coach Alley is that the number of blitzes, coverages, everything that he has. Are they necessarily complicated, or is it just the number of them that can make it a little bit more difficult?
No, I mean, it's not really complicated. He tried to make it as detailed as possible, but also make it as simple as possible. Because at the end of the day, like, we're not playing FCS football, not to throw shade on anybody in FCS, but we're not playing no high school football no more in a sense. Because this whole coaching staff here, they're here to make us better, and also here to make us ready for the next level. Because a lot of times guys come in and think you just trying to play college football. Nah, it's the coach's mindset here is how can I get him ready to play at the NFL level, right? And the whole method is I'm gonna make it as hard as possible on you now. So after you leave here, when you get out there in the real world, it's like, oh, this is easy, right? And that's just kind of how it is.
What makes you believe you're ready?
What makes me believe I'm ready? Just seeing just my confidence level, right, and just kind of seeing how many works out, like the amount of hours I put in, and just understand the defense a little bit more, and just kind of understand the coaches and knowing that what they want, and also just having that year under my belt playing this conference. I feel like it's second to none. I feel like I'm ready for whatever.
Did you get Vikings games in after, or was that after you moved?
Nah, so I was just watching football. I didn't really know what team it was, but I started watching the Vikings when I first came here because my people I was staying with was a huge Minnesota Vikings fan.
Was it NFL games?
Yeah, it was NFL games.
Thank you.
No problem. Hey, appreciate y'all.